No, reporting live from what I like to call the reverb room because there's just great echo and sound and bounce in here. I should probably put into context um, what I'm doing. I want you all to understand that I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse. I was a CNA for a couple of years when I was younger, much younger. I mean, I'm talking about this was like a decade ago. Um, but I have, everybody I knows there's something wrong with me. I mean, that's quite obvious to some people or pretty much everyone. I don't know. I don't know what people think of me. I don't even try to. I say that I don't invest any time like trying to figure out why, but I do. I spend a lot of time trying to figure out why people act the way they do. I study a lot of psychology, so that's actually been working on that since I was 6. Why do people act the way they act? And I don't have to get into why I did that, but then in high school I started reading all the books that I could because once I figured out I didn't have to go to that cafeteria with all those kids in it. I don't care like if you're a teenager or whatever. Like they have this stereotype about teens, but you put that many like young people in a room together, it's just gonna be loud. If you put a lot of people in any room together, it's gonna be loud and noisy, and it was overwhelming to me. I'm like, I'll totally skip the lunch and go. I can go to the library and read and learn something that I want to learn about that I'm going to use because I know I'm not going to remember anything that they teach me really in high school. The stuff that I do remember, I remember from a very significant teacher in my life, and that was my journalism teacher. And the reason he was a significant person in my life is because he knew that I was troubled without ever addressing it. He didn't know what to do about it. He didn't say anything, but he did take the time to listen to me, 5 minutes a day. And I would walk in and just say, hi, how are you? Because I felt bad for him. I felt bad for my teachers. I'm like, man, I would hate, like, these kids annoy me. And I'm one of them. So, you know, I don't even know, like, what sort of reputation I had at my high school. And please, if you recognize me, you can feel free to leave your opinions of me or whatever reputation I have at the bottom, but it's just gonna make you look bad, and I'm not gonna feel bad about it. I'm really not. Like, trust me, I'm not. So that's just don't waste your time. Just don't watch my videos anymore. Um, so I want to like give people an opportunity to ask people with mental illness, like, what it's like to be us, because sometimes there's clearly a communication breakdown that's so severe with people that have mental illness or nobody, they live with it, their spouses, their brothers, their sisters, or whatever, their loved ones, their friends, they have it, and it's to the point where people are very concerned about them, and then they don't know what to do because they want to protect their confidence, they want to they don't know where to turn. They really don't. They sincerely don't. So like I could tell them, and I'm not making this because I want to make money. I definitely don't want to be the poster child of mental illness. That is not a role anybody, let's just be real, wants to fulfill. But I think about my life and the circumstances, and like they can be very funny in one context. Like I try to laugh and always make the best of any situation I can. I love making people laugh, but also I don't want to be turned into this, freak show or poster child for mental illness. When it's so, according to some statistics, 1 out of 5, that's pretty close to 25%. I honestly, there's so many ways they could muck up that statistic easily to make us believe that people are mentally ill, make us believe that if they are, I mean, and honestly, I had to stop keeping up with much of the research because I'm reading stuff that says the CDC and the National Institute of Mental Health, those are both government organizations that, like my opinions on the government are moot. If I was a nurse, that's what I was planning on being right now. I was definitely not planning on being that dreaded millennial that lives in somebody's basement that y'all speak of. And I thought, they never really asked us. Nobody ever asked, gave a chance or a voice to that and said, hey, wait a minute, like, let's just, we know what the emotions are. Like, if I was talking to one of my friends about this that's closer to my age, he's, just 2 or 3 years younger than me. I'm 29, think about it. And just his questions about my relationship with technology, and he's like, you have a very dystopian look on it. And I'm like, well, yeah. And that means, in a very short period of time, we all know that technology is growing so fastly, but that's not the point. This is just, this is what it's really like to live with mental illness. And people get bad information everywhere online. I'm not going to say I can answer all your questions. I know I've been called argumentative, and sometimes you're going to see moods where I'm going to be a little out there and this and that, rambling and not make a lot of sense, but I don't think that should exclude me from being a productive member of society. I feel like, everybody watches Dr. Phil, and Dr. Phil often, he takes the behavioral psychology approach to the, I want results. I want results too. I used to hate Dr. Phil. When I was a teenager, my mom would watch him like every day. And I'd be like, I hate this guy because he was such a jerk, or he came off that way, which it boggles my mind to say, how are you a forensic psychologist that understands body language? This body language that he puts on that camera, it's either showmanship or just mean. And he is kind of, I don't know. The doctor that they bring out there every once in a while to answer questions, she's sponsored by Pfizer. They don't hide that fact. They tell you that. But I told this to my friend, and he's like, who's Pfizer? And I'm like, well, they're one of the biggest drug companies that, exists. Pfizer, and right now Purdue is the one that people are familiar with because of the opioid crisis. So, I'm more worried about that. People are like, what worries me and why I started this, there's a lot of reasons, and I don't want to get into the more personal reasons, but I've been very, very concerned about society for quite some time because, just open your eyes and look around. And the problem is, everybody says the same thing, and nobody ever looks up off their damn phone. Look at me. I understand the hypocrisy in saying I hate social media. I don't hate it for the wrong reasons. Maybe I should use a less strong word. I don't like what it is culminating to, and I believe that it is ultimately going to be it could possibly potentially be a mistake, a huge mistake. Don't get me wrong, I met one of my closest friends through Facebook, and I've also been driven crazy by Facebook. Right now, I wasted so much time today dealing with making this YouTube channel and putting money down, and let me tell you something, people, they are already profiting off of you by gathering data that you volunteered to them. So I'm going to tell you guys right now, Google, Facebook, all that, we don't like that. And we know that we voluntarily give it to you because even I don't read the terms and conditions. I feel like a hypocrite. I read enough of them to be quite frightened of them. That's why I don't like you guys. That's why I'm always being like, screw you, when I get angry and frustrated, because I'm scared of you. You inspire panic in me. I'm a girl with panic disorder, And I have been diagnosed with panic disorder, but I'm pretty sure it's post-traumatic stress disorder because I've seen a lot of traumatic, horrible things, whether or not that's wrong or right. Because I've had guys, I had promised I would be real here, tell me it was my fault I got raped. because I was, I should have been with it. I should have been this. I should have been that. And then they'll turn around and sell anybody else. Oh, no, 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 girls. Rape is a terrible thing. Holy smokes. It's hard to make a good rape joke, You don't want to be at the point where you're joking about the things I have to joke about. It is very hard to make a case for a soundproof box to your father and his significant other when what? See, that doesn't make any sense. So I can't be the only crazy one here. So I need help from society, because here's what I have noticed. I have noticed that people are so consumed by the media, the 24/7 news cycle, and the technology, the social media, the speed at which you can get the news and dispense it, and things get out there really so quickly, and they get forgotten quickly too. So if you've been online and you've done something stupid, like the girl Rebecca Black Friday, I fell for that girl. Like, she just put a crappy music video out there. I think it was really cool that Katy Perry put her in her Friday TGI Friday music video, because like people just were mean to her for no reason. And that's another thing. It's like, y'all bully each. Oh man, no wonder the older people look at us like we're weak and timid, and we just make fun of each other and behind the screen. And let me tell you, people, I go ahead and make any decision you want with your life. Don't listen to me. You don't have to. But they take that information and they sell it to third-party apps, and they profit off of you. And the co-founder of Facebook, quote said, yeah, it can't be called a social media platform. They hide behind a clause in which they don't use the word platform. That's a semantics legal protection. And they continue to basically exploit your psychological vulnerabilities. And believe me, I've been beaten before, and I hate to talk about that. I've been raped before. I've been verbally abused before. And it's the verbal abuse and the just being taken advantage of that's what sticks with you. That's what turns, if you don't like these school shootings, if you don't like what you see going on with politics, then, you got to look at what's in front of you. Seriously, stop listening. Look up from whatever you're looking at and look around. I'm alone. Humans are social creatures. We're not meant to be alone. And these social media platforms are promoting us to be isolated individuals, not connect on a meaningful level. Meaningful connection is going to the bank, going to the store, saying hi to people. That's why I'm so bad at small talk. Besides the fact that I blend into the background pretty well. Like, that's where I usually try to hide from people, because people scare me. People scare me because people have hurt me. They damage me. And people forget that I've been damaged, because I ended up going out and having my own problems and causing so many problems for the ones that I love. I mean, we could prevent all that if we could just talk about it like adults. Now, I look at what's going on very limited scope with the Democrats and the Republicans. I got a great insight. I was raised in a conservative household, and I live in a blue state, so think about it. Man, you guys say the same things about each other. You guys hate each other. It's all their fault. It's all their fault. It's nice. Like, why do you think I won't? I don't feel like voting. Seriously? If you guys can't get along, and it's all, and then they double back, and they're just like, well, no. And then what do? They get mad at me. I'm sorry. Shoot the messenger. If it's gonna make you get along, I'm still here. Y'all feel better? I'll make that uncomfortable point, because, I don't want to Dr. Phil you into anything. Like, I just want people to get along. Someone needs to stand up for integrity. And these are the values I was raised by. You know, you treat people the way you want to be treated. So you don't insult them. I'm guilty. You treat people with kindness, dignity, and respect, regardless of the way they look. That's how I was raised. Agree to disagree. Get along. Because we got some serious problems here, people. Like, our life expectancy rates are falling for the first time in recorded history. And the data is skewered, for sure. We can do a video on that. We don't have to. Trust me, I don't invest my time researching anything that you get from the news. I'm solely devoted to the one thing. It's psychology. It's part of my illness is the self-involved, hyper-obsessive, reading and this and that, and the hypergraphia writing. These are the symptoms that you don't know about that you should learn about. Please, if you need to talk to someone, talk to me. I'm here. I'll answer any questions you have. So, I think about, if my dad was able to talk to any of his friends honestly about what was going on with me, wouldn't he rather talk to them than me, first? And hopefully they would say, hey, these are our suggestions, and then he would come and talk to me, and maybe we could talk problems out and work together before it gets to where it is in my life, because you don't want to be here, and I do want to help. So know that my heart's in a good place, and I dearly love the people that are in my life so much, and I need them. Every mentally ill person needs them. It is an illness, and it's easy for people that don't get it to not get it, because you don't until you walk in somebody else's shoes, or you take the time to just get to know one. I'm here most of the time. Sometimes I slip out of reality. Sometimes I say crazy things, but reinforce what you want to see. Encourage that and stop the madness is all I want, Stop. We need to worry about the kids that are overdosing and shooting each other over bags of Cheetos before we can ever do anything that's going to be meaningful politically. Come on now. You kids aren't acting right. That's our future. Our future's in trouble. That's why I'm making this channel, because I don't want to be on this at all. I love you guys, so I hope you'll ask me questions and make comments. I don't care. They're nasty. Just be authentic. Just be honest. Just somebody be honest with me. That's what I want. You can tell me to take this channel off. I've already been told by pretty much everyone in my life that I am crazy and this and that. Yeah. That's what I've been telling you guys. Crazy is as crazy does. But I'm not stupid. Love you guys. I'm going to help.